Hello everyone, welcome to Lighthouse Stamping with Lorraine. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Vancouver, Washington. Thank you for joining me today. Before we get started, the housekeeping notes, all the product I used and all the dimensions will be listed below. There's a link to my online store if you wish to purchase any of these products. There's a link to my Facebook group. We'd love to have you join that. There's my email address if you have any questions. And finally, remember to like, share, and subscribe and help me grow in YouTube world. Lights are in the way again, but it's hard to get them. It's a little glare. Get the glare out of the way. We're going to be playing with Spotlight on Nature today. I love this set. As soon as I seen it, I fell in love with it. Love the stamp set, but I really fell in love with the dies. And these are the dies. They have different designs in them. And some are solid, some have little pieces out of them. And they are just beautiful. And that's what we're going to be playing with today. And we're actually using these three. You can mix and match them all the way you want, but these are the three I had decided to use. And they were, some were from over here, like this one was here, I believe. But I just set them all for ease. But you can mix and match these any way you want. And these are the three I decided to use. So let me put these back in my case. And let me show you what we're making. I should tell you we're being joined by both kittens today. There's our envelope. And this is our card. It's a Z-fold card. With beautiful, I don't know if you can see the sparkly on that butterfly. And this. This is a place to write. Now, if you need more room to write, you could put another piece of white paper back here. But that's what we're making today. It's an easy card, but really pretty. So let's get started. We're going to go through the basic pieces here. Of course, we'll need an envelope and we'll be stamping on that. You need a card base. I've already scored this one. This is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's scored at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2 and folded into a nice Z. Make sure I got that folded right. So that's our card base. And then you're going to need, this is a piece of Fresh Fresia, and this piece is 5 3/8 by 4 1/4, and this piece is 2 5/8 by 4 1/4. So set those off to the side. You're going to need 2 pieces of DSP. This is the Meandering Meadow. It's an online exclusive, and I really love this paper. This one is 5 1/4 by 4, and this one is 2 1/2 by 4, and you need 2 pieces of the 6 by 6 paper to get this. And then you are going to need a piece of Blackberry Bliss. If I didn't say what the card base was, it's Blackberry Bliss. Blackberry Bliss 4 by 4, Fresh Fresia 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, a white 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and a white that's 3 by 3. Like I said, all the dimensions will be listed below. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to do some die cutting. And we're going to die cut all of these pieces. Now the Blackberry Bliss one, we are going to bring my dies back in here. Blackberry Bliss is this for this one here. The medium size one, we're going to be cutting one out of white and one out of Fresh Fresia. And then this smaller one is for the small piece of white. I just gave you the sizes that you need based off the size of the die. So let me grab our cut and emboss machine here. And some plates. We need a plate 1, a plate 2, a plate 3, and a second plate 3. So we can cut a couple of these at one time. So we'll cut the large one. And I'm going to grab, was going to grab a small Post-it. Yeah, a small Post-it. I cut this one a little on the shorter side, so I want to make sure it stays in one place. So I just want a little bit there to hold it. And then I'm going to cut one of the medium-sized ones. I'm going to do the Fresh Fresia. I think this one's big enough. Will stay there just fine. can cut 2 of these out. Now the smaller dies will fit through your mini machine. This larger one will not. I'm stopping this just a second. My die shifted ever so slightly. There we go. So let's set this off to the side real quick. So this is the first one. And it leaves this beautiful border. And we're done with that. And now this one here, it cuts out all these little beautiful like eyelet petals. Now, we do have to clean this one here before we can cut the next piece. So I'm going to first take my plate here and take it over the garbage can and wipe it off real fast. You don't want to have any die cut pieces underneath where you're die cutting or in your dies, because you'll get a bad cut then. So this is a pad that you get with your little scrubber right here. You can sit and poke them all out, or you can do a quick rub, which I find works better. And everything's pretty much contained in a little box. You can take it out to the trash and empty it. Now we're only going to clean one of these. The rest, after I'm done, take and give your good luck, and I have all the pieces out. Now, until I've been doing some die cutting, I just take this out to my main garbage can. I don't put it in my little one because these pieces are so tiny. And I take it out to the main garbage bag in the kitchen, then it goes out in the trash, and I don't have to deal with it again. So this one's going back on the 3.5 by 3.5 white. Let's put this back now. Now this next time, I won't take the time to clean it out because I'll do it later. But I recommend doing it before you put your machine. And this is the 3 by 3 for the small one. And that is all the die cutting. There wasn't much, but I think it's worth it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm bringing this little case back that comes with this, and I'm going to get stuff flying all over. Because what I'm going to do, this is my reminder to myself, as I'm taking this out, and I'm just going to set these 2 dies in the case and close them up until I'm ready to clean them out. And you can see these are small pieces. They will go everywhere. You can use them for confetti. So anyhow, here is the middle piece. This is just little dashes and dots. And here is the white one. I'm just checking it over to make sure that I don't have any pieces there. And I'll take this and get it out of my way. So let's do some stamping. I do have a piece of scrap around here somewhere. Well, this is not the scrap I was thinking about. What is that? Oh, just a confirmation on my Chewy order. Had to order food for the kitties. And the only color ink we're going to be using is Blackberry Bliss. So the envelope, I'm just going to be stamping these beautiful flowers. And make sure I got the right side. I'm just going to stamp them in the corner like that. Very simple stamping. Now, this larger with little petals here, this is 3.5 by 3.5 size. This one's going on the inside of our card. And I want to get these flowers just down here in the bottom. Like that. And then this smaller one is the one that's going on the front of our card. I don't need this now. And I want to stamp my verse that says, Dear Friend. I'm going to put this right down in the bottom. And then my butterfly. Just like that. And now I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella. Actually, I'm going to set this back over here when I'm doing the Wink of Stella. And, oh, got lots of juice here. If you don't have any juice, I've got, you can see it in the canister here, but if you don't, you just push right here. Oh, mine's loose too. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start, let me see if I can bring this down a little bit. And you can see when you start doing this, you just gently go over it. I'm not pressing hard. What I'm doing is I'm picking up the blackberry color. I need a little more juice. If you need more juice, squeeze it off to the side, not over what you're working on. Now, this works really great with darker colors. If you're using a lighter color, sometimes you may need to go back into your ink pad for a little more ink. Lighter colors like the settles, the light blues and pinks and stuff. But the dark colors, you don't need to. If you do need to go back into your stamp pad for more ink, open your ink pad up and go here off to the side, right here. And you can just pick up a little ink right like that on the tip of your brush. Oop, that's more than I wanted, but I can blend it out. That's more than I needed. But I can add more sparkly. He's got a darker spot in the back. Just like that. It's very sparkly. And then I'm going to do my flowers. But you can, the darker you, like I said, you don't need to pick it up. If it's a lighter color, you may want to pick up a little more ink. Or you can set it on a block, the ink on the block. Or on your mat. I'm just doing the flowers. I'm not doing the leaves. And just do a little quick coloring like that. And that, oh, I have, when you're done, make sure you wipe off your brush so you don't have Blackberry Bliss all over. Oop, wrong way, sorry. Make you all seasick. So we're going to set these over here and let them dry for a few minutes. Now for our card base, I open it up like this, and we are going to start mounting pieces here. And if your paper's directional, you need to make sure that, now this paper, it's hard to believe, but it is directional. It's this way. You can see the striations from the leaves and stuff. And I'm just going to mat those two layers together. Now you could put another layer here if you wanted. I know, it's beautiful. The other side's just as beautiful. And you could use glue or seal, you know, whatever you choose with your adhesive of choice. There's nothing special about this one. This is just a matter of hooking everything together now. And this one goes in. As you can see, we have nice little 1/8" borders. Not big at all. And this one. Yeah, my sister went out this morning and she picked our first batch of roses out of our rose garden. Very beautiful this morning. So I'm going to take the large circle and I'm going to take and glue in the Fresh Fresia onto it. Right into the middle of the setting here. Just like that. Now, this is going to get attached right here in the center. Now, if you look at these flowers, you can actually see where your center line is, right through those flowers. If you look here, if you look at the flowers, right in the center. You can see how they line up. We only want to put adhesive on this side. So I'm just going to flip it over. Put some adhesive there. Line up in the center. I'm lining up this dot and that dot, right across the purple there. Smokey's into something I hear behind me. I don't know what it is, but she's into something that she's not supposed to be. Just like that. Now this piece here that's going to go in the inside, the easiest way to attach this is to set it the way you want it. Make sure I've got my flowers. I want my flowers to go like that. Set it in the middle of that circle like this. Put your adhesive down and close this. It's very fast. Then when you lift it up, it's in the right spot and you don't see it from the outside. This one here, we're going to put up on dimensionals. Didn't realize I was getting that low. Yes, I'm opening a new pack of dimensionals. And I would put on this, I would put 5 dimensionals, just so you don't have any sagging in the middle. And I'll get those off here. And then I'm going to line this up right in the center here. Make sure my dear friend is straight. And then we're going to put some bling on this. When I was looking for bling, I decided to go with these. They're those purple fine shimmer gems. They're the ones that came out with the lavender. And I decided to go with these Blackberry Bliss ones down here because I think they look really nice with it. And I'm going to grab, I think, one large one. And I think these are supposed to be Berry Burst, but they go really good with Blackberry Bliss. So there is our card for today. It's very simple, but you could use this die set for any layers and stuff, and I just think it's absolutely gorgeous to mix and match them. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.